How's everybody doing out there? This is Shafe with Schaefer TV. I'm going to come at you with a quick little video today. Got to get this off my chest. This guy's pissing me off. He's probably pissed me off for the last time. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. It needs to go. Of course, you guys know who I'm talking about. Before I get into that, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the videos. With that being said, let's get into this. Erik ten Hag. I'm sorry about my arm, guys. It hurts, man. Alright, with that being said, Erik ten Hag has unleashed some fury on the media and YouTubers alike, I guess you could say. In his latest press conference, got what he said right here. Ten Hag himself has admitted that United was fortunate when Coventry saw an extra time winner ruled out by VAR or VAR. But with uncertainties surrounding his future after a disappointing season, he hit out at his critics after leading United to back-to-back FA Cup finals. Ten Hag said the reaction from the media was embarrassing. Top football is about results, and we made it to the final, and we deserved it. Twice in 2 years. It is magnificent. For me as a manager, 4 cup finals in 4 years. The comments are a disgrace. Look, in a way, I get where he's coming from. I understand he probably feels a lot of pressure because he's shite. But I understand where he's coming from. A lot of the media give him a lot of stick for a lot of different things. But in this circumstance, this was not the right time for him to come out and say that. If he was to go and win the FA Cup, then you can say that. If he was to qualify for Champions League and be in a solid position this year, then you can say that. When you're 6th, 7th in the table, scraping results and getting by Coventry City on penalties in the semi-final of an FA Cup, you don't really have much room to talk. And another thing I'd like to add. So he says it's 2 cup finals, 2 FA Cup finals in 2 years, and 3 finals in 2 years for him if you count the Carabao Cup last year. It's 2 cup finals in 2 years. Sorry about that. But let's go ahead and go over this, okay? Because he wants to talk about the media. He wants to talk about how they're a disgrace. Well, I'm also going to take a little offense to that because I think the media is a goddamn disgrace as well. With that being said, I'll be the first one to sit here and criticize Ten Hag because he's not good enough. He's not a good enough manager. Even this last game, we just played Sheffield United. We were down 2 times in that game. We were down 1-0 and then we were down 2-1. It is completely unacceptable the way that we play. It is completely unacceptable. It's unforgivable. One could say that we just scraped by Sheffield United. If we don't get that penalty in the 61st minute, the game is 2-2 all the way to the 85th minute or something like that. I mean, it's absolute absurdity. The man needs to be slapped in the face at this point. So let's go over these cup runs, okay? Let's start with the Carabao Cup run from last season, the 2022-23 season, the cup run. We obviously started in the 3rd round versus Aston Villa at home. We won that match 4-2. Aston Villa has progressed a lot since that period. I believe they sacked their manager and they brought in, what's his name? They brought in the Spanish guy. I can't remember his name at the moment, but I believe he's changed them around. He's turned them around quite bigly. The 4th round, we played Burnley at home. We won 2-0. Burnley last year was in the Championship, so they're probably going to be heading back down to the Championship after this season. Not a decent team, nothing special, nothing to write home about. The 5th round, we played Charlton Athletic at home. We won 3-0. I think that's a League One team, maybe a Championship team. I'm not really quite certain, but needless to say, we beat them 3-0. That was our 5th round match, or our quarterfinal match, you could say. In the semifinals, we played Nottingham Forest. Okay, Nottingham Forest last year placed 16th on the table. This year, they're 17th on the table. Nottingham Forest are an okay side. Nothing to write home about. But we beat them on aggregate 5-0 last year. And last and least, we played Newcastle in the final at Wembley. And we beat them 2-0 to win the EFL Cup, the Carabao Cup. Good for us. Moving forward to the FA Cup from last season, 2022-23 FA Cup. We played Everton at home, we won 3-1. We played Reading at home, we won 3-1. We played West Ham at home, we won 3-1. We played Fulham at home, we won 3-1. We played Everton, Reading, West Ham, Fulham. The only decent team in there really is West Ham. Fulham is an okay side. Reading is a championship team. And Everton is Everton. Everton is never going to be more than a 15-plus team in the Premier League. That's just what they are at the moment. It is what it is. We played Brighton in the semi-finals. That game finished 0-0 after extra time. We ended up winning on penalties 7-6. Brighton was a surprise team last year. They were quite good. I believe they placed 6th or 7th in the league. They were a good team. They were better than West Ham. Let's put it that way. Finally, we played City in the final. We lost 2-1. Nobody saw that coming. Oh, wait. Everybody saw that coming. We single-handedly gave City a treble, basically. Well, we started off their treble. You could put it that way. We didn't start it off, but we could have ended it. We could have ended that treble before it even began. Moving on to this year, 2023-24 Cup runs. The Carabao Cup. We entered in the third round. We played Crystal Palace. We won 3-0. We looked absolutely fantastic that game versus Crystal Palace. That was probably one of the best games we had all year. Immediately followed up 3 or 4 days later with a league match versus Crystal Palace in which we lost versus Crystal Palace. No other manager is going to be able to pull that off except Ten Hag. Okay? All right, so next game we played Newcastle in the fourth round of the Carabao Cup, and we ended up losing. We played them at home, and we lost 3-0. Know your role, huh? Know your place. Yeah, so Newcastle got their revenge for last year's Carabao Cup. Then we entered the FA Cup third round versus Wigan Athletic at Wigan Athletic. We won 2-0. Wigan Athletic are not a very strong side. We're lucky to get that match. Then we went to the fourth round away at Newport County. We won 4-2. That game was also a little bit shaky. We were coming off a bad spell. We did not play that well, but we came away with the win because we played a shit team. Then we went away to Nottingham Forest, where we barely squeaked by with the 1-0 win versus Nottingham Forest, who is 17th on the table this season, mind you. Our one and only true test came against Liverpool, in which we won in extra time 4-3. Kudos on that win. It was 100% adrenaline. Kudos to the boys. Kudos to the managers. I like to think that we actually ended Liverpool's season there. I don't think they're going to win anything else besides the Carabao Cup this year. So good for us on that one. Good for the team. Good for Ten Hag. Kudos. Down with the Reds. Next, we played in the semifinal at Wembley versus Coventry City, where we were leading 3-0 into the 70th minute. We ended up giving away the lead. Well, not the lead, but we ended up giving away the game 3-3 after extra time. They almost won it in the 120th minute if it wasn't for a 3 or 4 centimeter offside call. We ended up winning that game on penalties 4-2. Listen, you can only play who's in front of you. I know that. Everybody knows that. But there, of all these teams here, I think I named off maybe 14 teams. There's really only 3 teams in there that really should have gave us any test at all. Newcastle, both times, City, and Liverpool. That's it. That's really it. We are Manchester United. We are one of the biggest clubs in the world. We're supposed to be a big club. Those are the 3 teams that should have given us any problem at all. Okay, and they did. City beat us in the final. We beat Liverpool, down with the Reds. And with Newcastle, we beat them in the Carabao Cup final last year, and we lost this year in the fourth round of the Carabao Cup. So, you know what? Those are really the only 3 teams we should have any trouble with. This manager is talking out his ass. He's talking out his ass. Okay, we haven't had any challenges besides those 3 teams in these runs. Hell, we went out in the fourth round of the Carabao Cup this year. 2 matches in, we went out. Okay, it's not like we had an incredible amount of games. We went out in the Champions League after the group stage because we placed 4th. We've been basically playing 1 game a week for the last 2 months, 3 months. This manager's lost his mind. The comments that he's making are, without a doubt, they're just based on all emotion. He's upset. He's upset that he keeps getting called out about his job, but he deserves it. He deserves it. We all just watched that Sheffield United. We're playing with possession now. That's great and everything. Do something with the possession. Do something with it. For God's sakes, even one of the goals that we got was completely undeserved. That penalty was an absolute joke. All right? 2 times in a match versus bottom of the table Sheffield United. 2 times we're losing 1-0 and then we're losing 2-1. This has got to be some kind of joke. This man has lost his mind. If it wasn't for some brilliance from Bruno Fernandes with that left-footed shot from outside the box and top bins, something that I don't think I'll ever see him do again in his life. If it wasn't for some brilliance by him and the assist by him, we could have drew that game. It's an absolute joke. It's an absolute shambles. He needs to shut his mouth. All right? He needs to stop talking. And in all actuality, the faster Sir Jim Ratcliffe gets him out of the club, the better. All right? That's where I stand on it. I'm over it. He's out. He's got to go. I don't give a shit if he wins the FA Cup final or not. He's got to go. This is Schaefer TV. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll hit you guys up on the next one. All right, guys. Have a good one.